Welcome, 7th graders, to day 2 of SketchUp. This is basic tools number 3, and we're going to go over a bunch of different things you can do with SketchUp today in this video. Again, these videos are here as a resource, so if you ever forget how to do something, you can always come back to the videos. So again, we always start with a 3D shape. Make sure you always have a 3D shape on there, okay? One thing that a lot of students always like to do with their projects is make rounded edges, okay? So right now my edges are all straight corners. The arch tool here allows you to make rounded sides. So there's a couple different ones you can do, okay? I actually like this one because you can choose one point on one edge, click on the other edge, and then if you zoom in, you can kind of see your arch that you're making there. Okay. And then the really cool thing is, if you take the push-pull button, you can push-pull that all the way down. And if you keep going all the way down, you can get rid of it. And then you've got your rounded edge. Okay? Now another really cool thing that you can do is, let's say you want 2 of these boxes. If you take the arrow or the select tool and make a box around this, okay, and you can right click, no, you cannot right click, okay, but you can do Control C for copy, and then if you click off of it and do Control V, it'll make an exact copy. So if you're making like a robot and you want the feet to be the same size, okay, you can do Control C to copy and Control V to paste, and then you have 2 of the exact same objects, okay. The other really cool tool is the 3D text. Now I saw some of you were messing with it a little bit yesterday. The thing about 3D text is it has to be placed on a flat surface. You cannot put it on a rounded cylinder. So if you pull a circle up, this is a rounded edge or side. You cannot place letters on here. You can, however, move a box onto that, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit here, okay? So, words, where'd they go? There they are, okay? So if I want to add some words, you have a couple different fonts. The fatter, thicker words, so if you can do bold, okay, make these bold, and as wide as possible, will print much better than like Playball. You don't want to put that on a 3D print because it will not print very well. Then you're going to place your words on your object. Now if you can't see your words, place them somewhere, and then you're going to have to zoom in. It's probably that your object is really big and your words are too small. Okay. Now there are a couple tools that we can use to move the words around or resize stuff. One of them is the 4 arrows. 4 arrows is our move button. The 2 arrows on top of each other is our rotate. And then the box with the arrow in it is our scale. So I'm going to choose scale. And scale allows me to move my words in. It makes them smaller. And it also can affect the thickness. So I can make it super thick or super thin. Now when you're thinking about making your 3D print, if you have your words like this, it is not going to 3D print because each of these letters has to have a support coming up on it, okay? So when you are creating something for a 3D print, it should be, like about there is a good thickness, maybe about there for your words, okay? Now the rotate, you can do this with an object or words. You choose your thing that you want to rotate, you click once, show which way you want to rotate, and then click again, and then you can rotate it to give it a diagonal. Okay, and then the move button. How the move one, the 4 arrows, we used it yesterday to make a roof, so we moved a line. You can also use the 4 arrows, the move button, to move a side. So see, I'm moving the side here. You can move just a line, just like we did in our roof. Now note, when I did that, okay, when I go this way, see how it turns dark gray or dark blue? That's a negative inverse object, and it will not 3D print. See how this is white, this is dark gray does not 3D print, white does, okay? Now if I want to move this whole object, I'm going to triple click on it, or make sure everything's selected, then choose the 4 arrows, and I can move this object, and I can actually intersect it into the other one, and that's how you get words on a rounded surface, is by putting a box into it. Okay, so that's it for this one. The next video will be talking about some more advanced tools.